Let's start from the beginning because I have like no idea how we got here.
All right, sorry. I have a habit of going into the weeds sometimes.
This is interesting. So start from the beginning with the story. Where were you? What happened? What is this building?
I was in Abu Ghraib prison in 2004.
And where? That's in
Iraq. And it literally, right after the torture thing hit the news, we were the center of the butthole of the universe. And we're getting attacked all the time. And I was at a battalion meeting with my commander, listening to their drivel. They're incompetent bastards, but I'm sorry for swearing. But but that is what it is. And I left, and I walked across the area to go back to our building, because in Abu Ghraib, there's four actual prison complexes within the big complex itself. I literally walked through the front door. There's a long hallway with a fluorescent light right over the top. And about 50, 60 feet to my front, a jet black human silhouette walked right across my path into an alcove to the right.
And this is a well-lit hallway?
Yes. It's not quite as bright as this. It's close, but yeah.
And so you saw a black silhouette figure walking in a well-lit area?
Yes. And I immediately thought it was Haji Ninja. And I locked and loaded and cleared the corner, and there was nothing there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Shadow people.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff there, and that was the one.
So you were just saying that this place had like a wood chipper?
Had a wood chipper out back.
Well, whose wood chipper was it?
It was the prisons.
And this was like an Iraqi government prison, and they had a wood chipper.
Yes, and they had gallows wood chippers. And the whole
the implication, of course, is that they put people in the wood chipper.
Hopefully head first.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think
what's the point of the object, right?
Yes. But
to make other people watch, as you say, like this could be your fate. Otherwise, they would just, asphyxiate them or something. Yeah, or a single bullet for the executions. And you said there was like a mass grave out there.
Yes, there was 4 or 5 of them out there, and they found it when they bulldozed the top off the dirt, and they moved it against the far wall. And I was running when I first got to Iraq. I was running the sergeant of the guard, and putting in guards and stuff. And I would hang out, and I had a little walkie-talkie on scan to find out if my dudes up in the towers were talking when they shouldn't. And I looked down, and there's a femur bone, a jaw, a whole bunch of like little bones from hands and feet.
How many? You said there were 4 or 5 graves
that were stacked on top of each other. That's what I was told by the Seabees who were clearing the area.
Do they know, or do you know how many people may have been executed?
Estimated somewhere between 50,000 to 150,000 people.
Just buried in this pit.
Over a 15-year period.
So I wonder, right, there's a lot of superstition, theories, and no one really knows, but some people would say that in an area of dark concentration of evil, demons manifest. Or it could be that the demons manifested first, and it's why those graves exist, or something like that.
I don't know. It's a chicken or egg argument.
What do you think that thing was?
I think it was an individual who had been put to death and was still wandering the area.
Wow.
I think.
Did it look like a normal human silhouette? Nothing weird about it?
Nothing,
like hooves
There's no
or anything?
wispy anything. It was just walked. It was more like at a slight diagonal.
Did you report it?
Of course I did.
Because you're probably like, hey, the intruder, there's a guy in here, right?
Well, I ran it up the flag. I told my commander, and he's just like, what? I don't think so. Are you really going to run that up? I'm like, yeah. This place is haunted. He goes, well, it's your career. So I ran it up there, and people laughed about it. But
I always wondered about this, though, because I watch these horror movies, and it's always written where, like, a lady will see, like a lizard come out of her closet. And then she calls the police and says a giant lizard came out of my closet, and they're going to be like, okay, lady, and hang up on her. When she could have just said, a wild animal broke in my house, I need someone help, and they'd actually show up. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, when you see this figure, wouldn't just you report that, hey, we got someone who breached the perimeter, they're inside, I don't know where they went?
I didn't report it as a breach because I cleared the corner and there was nobody there. So I'm like, this is crazy.
What if it was Haji Ninja and he just slipped into a room?
Nah, nobody's that good. I'm sorry. Not when I'm 8 seconds behind you, locked and loaded with an M4. You're done.
So did you actually say you saw a ghost or an entity or something?
Yeah.
You said ghost.
I said it was a ghost or shadow being, and they made fun of me, and I don't mind getting laughed at. I'm like, okay, well, it's haunted. I'm just telling you.
I've seen horror movies like that too, where the guy says, hey, I saw a shadow being or a ghost, and they all laugh, and then behind them you can see the creature rising up, and you're like, I'm telling you, it's there, and they go, nice try, and then it eats them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. Why did that come up?
Well, he talked about supernatural stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what happened.
You're talking about the Mayan calendar.
Oh
and
yeah, I
Large
generally
Hadron
don't believe in
Collider.
supernatural stuff, and he said I did. And I was pleased. I said, please.
I believe in it.
Oh, I do.
But here's the important thing to understand is what I don't get is the skeptics and, you know, with all due respect to atheists, the people who believe that the universe is static and it's just what we see in physics, because we know we haven't discovered everything. Only in the last 100 years did we discover the electromagnetic spectrum. So when you go to people and say there's an invisible energy all around us and I can harness it, they'd say, you're nuts. And then the dude was like, here's a telephone. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
All of a sudden you got radio communications within a decade. So when I hear stories of, I saw a shadow being, okay, well, here's what you should consider. Millions of people have reported seeing shadow beings.
Correct.
So to just dismiss it outright as they must be crazy is stupid. You can argue humans have a misfiring in their brain where they might perceive a shadow being and it's actually internal, maybe. Or it could be that there is something we have not yet discovered or we don't understand. So that's why I don't like paranormal or supernatural. It just basically means we don't understand it yet, because if it is part of existence, then it is part of natural reality.
It's part of a physics we have yet to discover.
Yeah, I mean, there's, you know, there are physicists that will talk about, you know, multiple dimensions that we can't access. Like, there are people that say there are 14 dimensions, that there are, you know, more than just the up, down, left, right, forward, back, and time that we can experience, you know. And so our ability to know things is limited to the, you know, the sensors that we have, our eyes, ears, and our own senses, and we have to use instruments and tools to be able to access other things. Like, we have to use tools to be able to see the infrared spectrum. We have to use tools to be able to see, you know, ultraviolet and stuff. So, I mean, it does make sense that there's far more to the universe than we understand.
We had a poltergeist phenomenon here
Really?
in the studio. Yeah.
So the minute you see something move on its own, you're like, oh my God.
And this happened twice.
We know nothing. What happened?
Yeah. I can't get into the
Oh,
details.
I'm sorry.
But I can just say that several of the employees here witnessed it
Okay.
twice. And we're all just like, there is no scientific explanation for what we have just witnessed. I know people get really mad because they're like, you have to tell us a story. I can't do it. I can only tell you that we witnessed what I would call poltergeist activity in this. We built this building, like from the ground up. We laid we cleared it. We laid the foundation. We put the dirt, the gravel. We put the frames up. The studio that we're in is part of. We should probably do like a tour. We haven't done this. We have a gigantic. It's a 38 tall, like, warehouse structure. Inside the structure is another, I think, 2,000 square foot building or something, or you know, something like that. It's got 4 rooms. And so we built this thing, and it's very strange that we had this phenomenon happen here. However, we did find a rusty Civil War bayonet on the grounds when we were building this.
And another thing is, this could have been part of a homestead back in the day. Unless you go pull the plats at the county and look and see.
There's a cemetery on the grounds.
There you go.
Yeah. And, But we are in the Civil War battle area, right? Antietam is only, I think, maybe like 20 some odd miles from here. Mm-hmm. Harper's Ferry is just around the corner. And when they were building this structure, one of the contractors walked up to me with a Ziploc bag with a rusty Civil War bayonet. And he's like, look what we found.
Wow.
Yeah. And we were like,
The bayonets back then were no joke.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we did with it. Have you experienced anything else like that when you were deployed?
I grew up in a haunted house.
Really?
Yeah. I've been to virtually every military base you go to is haunted in some form or fashion. I've seen that.
Military bases.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
My earliest memory is of something that I couldn't explain, and I've never had anything like that happen since then. The idea of a shadow person, where my earliest memory was being in a bath, and then somebody walking by the bathroom door that couldn't have been there because both my dad was gone and my mom was downstairs. And I've never had anything like that since. I don't have any predisposition to like watching or paying attention to anything to do with the paranormal, but that is the earliest memory I have, is something that couldn't have happened.
It happened to me when I was a kid as well. I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw a shadow figure outside my door, And I won't get into the full details, but just it wasn't my parents. You know,
Were you looking directly at it, or was it
yeah.
out of the corner of your eye?
No, I was looking directly at it.
Just like I did.
And I thought we were being robbed. I thought someone broke into my house, and I think I was like 9 or 10. And so I was thinking, just shut up and stay and don't move and let them think you're sleeping. But we weren't robbed. I could hear dishes clanking and just.
Previous tenant. It's a previous tenant.
It could be. Because I think the previous tenant was like some old lady and she was like a widow. Yeah.
I've seen stuff like that. Yeah.
Man.
Previous tenant.
But the mass grave stuff is crazy because I wonder if there is something to this idea of all of these people who died give off this concentration of loss that manifests into some kind of entity or something, or some kind of psychic remnant.
Something negative gets left behind when that happens. When enough people get put to the sword, or they die quickly in an unexpected way, you're going to have residuals.
Man,
and that's exactly what we're probably looking at.
What if people can't leave the earthly plane until their natural time span is up? So when they're murdered, their soul is stuck for the next, like,
50 years?
If you're supposed to live to be 60, 70, but you were killed at 23 in war, you just linger for 50 years because your soul doesn't leave until it's time.
That's a miserable existence.
Yeah, and that's why ghosts are so miserable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely remember this. The movie Ghost, right, with Patrick Swayze. Remember the ghost that was stuck on the train?
Yes.
Talk about a miserable existence, right? Like to be stuck on a subway train and just like always angry at everybody around you. Like,
And then
maybe that's why they're stuck though.
Dying at the
Because the afterlife is like, this person's just like not a good entity to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then as like medical technology improves and people live longer, then the ghosts just have to stay here longer and longer and longer.
That's
What
just
if
miserable.
You're only supposed to be here for 70 years, but we artificially extend your lifespan so your soul just zips out, and then you're just like.
Well, these things, you run out of time, you run out of time. That's just the way it rolls. I mean, I'm on the 65 and out plan. So
65 and out.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I am one hairy nutsack away from 60.
Oh, wow.
So
I'm 56.
Oh, all right.
I'm just playing.
how often was that something that happened regularly in the military? Were you one of the few that reported something like that, or would that be a fairly common occurrence?
Most people would never, ever
report that.
anything. No.
For fear of being made fun of, or for fear of
A little bit of both.
or like they're going to be like, what are you wasting our time for, or something
That's
like
insane to me. That's insane to me. Imagine, with like the UFO stuff we see, these pilots are like, we had the very famous story where the fighter pilot said an object locked to the left of his jet, and when he turned, it was moving with him.
Yeah.
Imagine it feels like, if I report that, I'll look crazy. This means that if China, Russia, Iran, or anybody develops any kind of special weapon, our men and women are going to be like, better not report it because of the stigma. And it's like, bro, you tell them, because that's why it's important you do.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that there could be something actually happening in this prison where, like, maybe it, let's say this. Maybe it literally was Haji Ninja and you didn't believe it, so you called it a ghost. The response should be, hey, look, man, our guy, he's doing security and he says he saw some kind of figure. I'm not going to make assumptions as to what that is. Let's get a sweep, make sure there's nobody in here.
Yeah.
Instead, they're like, you're crazy. And next thing you know, Haji Ninja succeeds in his assassination plot.
And I was also in Phoenix for the Phoenix Lights.
Oh, you were there for that?
really?
Yeah.
You saw him.
I was working out of Phoenix as an investment banker, and I was kickboxing, so I worked out quite a bit.
This episode's getting weird.
And I'm literally out just doing a jog, and I'm like, oh, look. And I look back, and those aren't flares. I thought they were flares. And it was in a V formation, and I watched it for like 15, 20 minutes, and then I'm like, I continued my workout.
Was there any noise?
No, completely silent.
But they're moving at a steady rate?
Mm-hmm. And listen,
here's the
I've
thing.
seen flares. I've seen all the crazy stuff.
Was there a structure?
I didn't see the structure. I just saw the lights.
Because the crazy thing is, drone technology, quadcopter, is fairly rudimentary. And I'm sure the military had this stuff a long time ago. That easily explains the Phoenix Lights.
It could be, yeah.
But this is before commercial grade quad rotors and, smart controllers and things like this. So, and GPS to such a degree that we knew of. For the average person, it was unthinkable that you could have these objects flying in formation. But for the military, it was probably rudimentary.
Well, yeah, it could be. It could be. The thing that really disturbed me about the whole thing is the governor of Phoenix or of Arizona at the time, like, hammed it up and was kind of a douche about the whole thing. And you know, if you have something, you know, in your airspace, you probably should inquire what that is.
Could be a
That's
spy
just me.
balloon.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.